Hey guys, I know I have not posted in a while and I'm sorry. Every time I try and plan it, just a lot of stuff goes on. I really honestly will try this month. I've a lot more of my life has kind of calmed down. Still have some stuff that I still gotta work through and work out, but otherwise it's not as bad and not too bad. I'm so late in this video, I'm sorry. Right now I'm just working, and so I just got home, but Super Bowl's tonight, so it's exciting. I'm gonna go out and join some of my friends at their place and hopefully have some fun and whatever. But yeah, it's just been very up and down with relationship that I was in, and a lot of kind of petty stuff was starting to go on, and it's just crazy to me how people can just I mean, maybe you just don't know them. It's probably more of what it is. It's not that people necessarily change. Especially, nobody can change and make a change stick in, a month or two. It's just not how that works. Change takes time. It takes time of building something, and, whether it's with yourself or whether it's with a partner or whether it's whatever, it doesn't just take a second. You're not like, I'm gonna start, running 5 miles a day and you just go do it. No, you gotta work your way up to it. Run 30 minutes and then for a few days, and then up it to an hour, up it to the next a mile, and then do 2 miles. But it's you slowly progress in it. You're not gonna just become a 5K runner in a second if you don't run, you know what I mean, or you're kind of a runner. It's not necessarily what happens. And so it's the same with emotions and regulating everything, and really understanding also where other people come from is super important. And so sometimes people get super aggressive, and it's hard when you're in the relationship with them because you love them and you care about them and you want to see them grow and progress as well, and you want obviously you guys to grow and progress. And when somebody gets frustrated or somebody kind of gets that flipped of a switch type of thing because that one thing they hated you did or whatever, it's all just miscommunication most of the time. I mean, obviously there's resentment and things like that I'm not going to get too much into, just because that's a whole deeper conversation, which maybe I'll talk about next video or whatever. But holding on to that resentment, it really does hurt a relationship. I'm not saying don't have resentment. You're still going to hold things accountable and against things, unfortunately, as much as we want to say we won't and we never do it, but we do. We're human. It's just what we do as a person. But understanding also what really stemmed the other person to feel a certain way, more than holding that resentment towards them, because it's not necessarily maybe what you did was kind of their last straw, but that doesn't mean that you're the root of all evil and that it caused that. Sometimes obviously different people, there's different things, there's different items that go on, so I can't say it's always one way or another. But as I said, it's a whole deeper conversation. But understanding exactly or understanding more of why somebody kind of does something, but that really will come from talking and that real communication. And it's hard when you don't have that communication, and I haven't had that real and full communication as much as I would love to and I would want to. And I've been called a psychopath just because I just wanted to know what was going on, or we hadn't talked for a few days and I was like, hey, what are you up to? And it's you're a stalker. I'm not asking to join you. I'm just asking what you're up to. I don't mean it as anything bad. I just kind of miss hanging out with you, and I know you're busy. I got work or I have something else that I have to do. What are you actually up to? It's just I just want to know. I don't want to feel I'm out of the loop. I don't want to feel that I don't know you. And I don't want you to feel you don't know me. And so it's hard. So I've been dealing with that kind of for a bit of time, and it does get hard, but still, at the end of the day, it's a matter of caring about somebody. Somebody's about to walk up with their dog and pet me, what the fuck you doing? But I just in general, it's just been kind of a crazy few months for me. I've just had a lot of stuff in my personal life, in my work life, and I'm gonna put the camera down a little bit because it's kind of awkward. Literally, the guy's walking right by my car right now. He's got an ugly puggle. I don't think puggles are okay, but they're definitely not my favorite. My hair's welling out. But looks like the dog has a life vest on. Anyways, so I mean, I will be posting more. It's not as much as I want to. This year, I'm trying to do a lot more stuff because last year I kind of cut myself out of a lot of things and a lot of myself, just because I had a lot of serious kind of stuff going on. So this year, obviously, I've avoided that so far, at least. And still beginning of the year, so you never know. But I've outlasted last year, so that's a win. But I just, you know, it's okay to disagree in a relationship. You know, it's okay to not always see eye to eye. It's okay to not like a certain band, maybe. But, like, if you make that effort, like, that should count as something, you know? It's like, just because maybe you're not a fan of something, like, 100% like them, it doesn't mean you can't not be excited about something or not learn to be excited about something. Like, there's things that, like, I didn't know, but it's not because, like, I didn't try. It's because, like, I just point blank, like, my friends, like, I never surrounded myself with certain things, and that's okay. You know, like, we all grew up so differently, and it's like, oh, well, you're a jock, so, like, we can't get along because, like, you don't like arts. And it's like, are you joking? Like, I love arts. Like, I love going to, like, photography shows, and, like, I'm kind of bummed. There was a fire and ice show, but I had to work all day, and it ended, like, literally right as I was getting, or it ended, like, an hour before I was getting off of work, and I was still, like, 30 minutes out. Like, I wouldn't have been able to go even if I wanted to, you know. I did really want to go, but, you know, like, I had priorities, unfortunately, and it's just, like, things like that, like, would have been awesome to go to. Like, I'm in DC, like, we have mad museums and mad, like, pop-up, like, things that are really cool to go to, you know. So it's like, don't tell me that, like, oh, well, you don't like this. It's like, actually, like, learn something about somebody, you know. Like, just because maybe they're not 100% in one thing or another, but that doesn't mean that they shut out everything, you know. Some people are like, not a big fan of art, but I really like photography. Yeah, okay, so they don't like to paint or draw, but they like that type of art. Some people are reversed. Some people like everything that has to do with art. Some people hate art. Yeah, it happens, you know. You're not going to have every single like and dislike the same, and it's just, like, understanding that, or really more of understanding, like, where your other person's coming from, because, like, that is important. But it's like, if you're making that effort to know them and what they like, even if you're not the biggest fan, like, just go enjoy it. Just go try it, because you know what? Like, you don't know. Worst thing is, you have that conversation and be like, you know what? Like, I've gone to a few different events with you on X, and I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, yes, this might be an argument, but it's still something that can grow and progress, and that way, like, you guys can be on a better page and be on a better understanding of, like, what it is maybe you guys should do together, maybe what it is that you shouldn't be doing a little bit more together, because you don't want someone just to be there and go. You know, like, that's not fun for either of you guys. If you go and, like, you're super into it and the person's like, I hate this. That's not fun, you know? For anybody, even with, like, a friend. You know, like, I like country music, and, like, there's certain people, like, I would never take to a country concert. Like, even if, like, you know, it was, like, going alone or not, like, I wouldn't take them, you know? Because, like, they don't like that. And I don't want to make them miserable just because I'm like, hey, I'll buy your ticket or whatever. Like, that's not fun. That's not a fun situation, because, like, they're not gonna be happy. It's gonna bring you down in, like, your vibes, and it's just gonna, like, destroy everything, and that's not fun. But yeah, so I am sorry that I've been pretty AWOL and dealing with a lot of my own stuff, but I really truly will be trying to post more. I gotta stop working so much. I literally work every day, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of crazy like that, but I'll be traveling in a few months anyways, so I'm kind of excited for that. I'm going to be going back up to Florida, then I'm going to go to Arizona, and maybe head up Scotland or whatever, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. I got to hopefully a lot more planned this year, you know, more concerts, more other stuff to do, because, I mean, why not? You know? Like, it'll be fun. You get to learn new things, and if you don't like it, at least you find out that you don't like it, you know, versus being like, oh man, I hate X type of music, and, like, what if there's one band that actually is, like, awesome, you know? Like, what if there's that one thing that, like, is the best, you know? But, like, you're missing out because you're just, like, shutting yourself out. So, I know, sorry I went on a tangent for a bunch of minutes, but, you know, just be mindful, like, super mindful with, you know, obviously yourself and other people. You know, that real open communication talk is super, super important, because, you know, like, if you don't communicate, then who will? And it's just gonna make your whole relationship go further down. And you know, I don't know. But if you follow me on TikTok, well, no, it's not Musical.ly anymore, it's TikTok. I'm finally kind of hitting some goals on there at least, but I'll post every so often on there, and then I'm gonna try and post more on here. But I don't even know anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's another year. But today's the Super Bowl, so everybody have fun. Hope, you know, obviously whatever team you're rooting for wins. I'm kind of neutral to both of the teams. I mean, I went to school in New England, so obviously I know a bunch of Patriots fan, but Patriots have also won a bunch of Super Bowls, so it's, you know, I just want it to be a good game, you know. As long as it's a good game and, like, they're both fighting it out, then it doesn't necessarily matter who wins, personally, to me. But I know that there's other fans that are very diehard one way or another, and I hope that your team wins, and, you know, just having that better game. I hate when it's, like, one team's, like, 20 points ahead and then just, like, blowing out of the water. It's, like, it's just not fun, you know. But I do hope everyone has an amazing Sunday. I will truly try and post more. I still gotta take care of a few things in general, but hopefully I'll be in a better spot, in a better place coming up soon. But yeah, so far it's just trying to figure out one step at a time. So I hope everyone has an amazing Sunday, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. You can comment and post below. I'll put my TikTok and my Instagram in my bio, or in my I think it might be in my bio already, but I'll put it down. If you want to follow, you can, obviously. Yeah, I didn't say that, never mind. Anyways, have an amazing Sunday. I will talk to you guys a bit later this week. Have a good rest of your night.